Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I'm your host, FD for Sage5.tv, and today let's dive back into the past. I'm talking of TradeDeFi through the lenses of Visa, what it's up to in its latest developments, and what that all means for certain layer ones that are going to be impacted by Visa's moves. Oh, very interesting. If you had said to me a few years back that Visa is going to jump headfirst into the crypto space, I would have said, no, that's not going to happen because of the move that they were making. Blocking cards, you could not buy anything, you could not link your card to most centralized exchanges, and anything, if you try to buy any crypto or anything from a centralized exchange, your card will be blocked. But now they're jumping headfirst into the space. What changed? That's what we want to cover in this video through the lenses of their latest announcements and collaborations or integrations. But before we jump into that, please note that this is not financial advice. These are just my own opinions. I'm not an expert. I'm not a trained financial advisor. If you do require one, please go out there and seek one who is actually trained to give you financial advice. The information contained in this video are just my own opinions, not expertise at all. That said, let's come back to Visa's latest announcements and integrations or collaborations. And here we are talking of Visa's triple stablecoin play, where Visa made recent announcements that it was supporting 3 stablecoins, but it's not all about those stablecoins, because if you are coming into crypto, stablecoin at the moment, unless you are investing into the infrastructure, stablecoin itself is just like any fiat currency. It doesn't mean much. It's of no interest to anybody, but there are some fundamentals being built here with Visa's jump into these 3 stablecoins. So the first one that Visa has announced that they will be supporting is PYUSD, which is the PayPal-USD by Paxos. And its strengths are that it is issued by Paxos under PayPal's brand, fully USD backed with on-chain reserve audits. It is trusted and it boasts high brand recognition, but it also has a weakness in that it is issued by a centralized issuer, is still limited in circulation, and utility compared to the likes of USDC or USDT is still lagging. And the next one is USDG, the global dollar, also issued by Paxos. Its strengths reside in the fact that it is designed for cross-border remittances via the global dollar network. It boasts low friction, fast settlement among partners, but it also has some weaknesses in that the network effect is so small. It is less mainstream, therefore that means there is lack of awareness of USDG. I've never used it. I don't know what it is. I mean, you could say the same about PYUSD. I've never used it because of my skepticism around what PayPal stands for. Next, you got the Eurocoin, EURC, which is issued by Circle, the issuers of USDC. Its strength lies in the fact that it is the first euro-backed stablecoin that is supported by Visa Stack. It diversifies currency options and cross-border euro settlements, but it also integrates some weaknesses in that its euro-based demand, which is smaller outside the eurozone. Liquidity is still nascent versus USD coins, so that is another weakness. But I think holding the euro coin will actually be better, especially when it comes to exchange rates the way they are, because the euro coin is stronger than the US dollar, and the way things are going, most fiat currencies are going to collapse. But at the moment, everything is pointing at the US dollar going in that direction first. Just my own opinion, of course, not expert advice. So Visa's multi-chain rollouts with the likes of Avalanche, Stellar, and more, what does that look like, and what is it going to do to your favorite layer one if you support any of these? That is, Visa now supports stablecoin settlements across Avalanche and Stellar, in addition to Ethereum and Solana. This marks a significant step towards scalable global blockchain native payments. Look at Avalanche, for example. The strengths for supporting stablecoins that are settled on the Avalanche network includes the fact that Avalanche boasts high throughput, near instant finality, low gas fees, and strong EVM compatibility, and that is ideal for large-scale remittances and micropayment use cases. Why Avalanche benefits the most? Well, I think Visa adding settlement rails natively to Avalanche means more liquidity, more use cases, and more volume and network effects amplifying on Avalanche. Avalanche scaling solves Visa's need for fast, low-cost settlement rails, but you could say the same about Solana as well. Weaknesses for supporting stablecoins that settle on Avalanche network? Well, Avalanche is still growing in adoption versus the likes of Ethereum, and you could possibly Solana as well. There is a risk of congestion if demand surges, and I think those who were within the space during 2021, there were moments when Avalanche was affected badly during the 2021 bull run, when things got heated and Avalanche slowed or went offline for a bit, or it just got expensive because there was congestion on the network. Moving on to Stellar. Stellar has some strengths as well. It's designed for low-cost cross-border payments with built-in fiat anchors, great for remittances in emerging markets, but there are some weaknesses that we can't can't ignore as well, it lacks strong DeFi ecosystem, less developer traction beyond payments. So why is Visa all in on these assets? The three stablecoin in PYUSD, USDG, and the EURC. Well, Visa processed over 225 million in USDC settlement volume already. Now it's scaling beyond USDC by adding PYUSD and USDG and the EURC. Visa sees stablecoins as especially powerful in emerging markets, Latin America, Africa, and Asia Pacific, where dollar access is limited and cross-border remittances are vital, especially when Trump is throwing around tariffs and threatening to cut the US dollar rails to some of these economies as part of his tariffs as well as sanctions. You can understand why the attraction to some of these markets. And with the US Genius Act now law offering clear regulatory direction, institutional adoption can accelerate without legal uncertainty. Visa supports this framework. Let's move on to the comparative strengths and weaknesses of these three stablecoins. We start with the PYUSD, which is the one from PayPal. Well, it is trusted because it's on the PayPal network, but its weak side includes the fact that it is centralized and it's still onboarding. It's not as mainstream as probably PayPal wanted to be at this moment in time. The USDG, remittance first, that's its strong side, and it's issued on the Paxos network. Its weak side is that it's smaller in liquidity and is extremely niche in terms of use cases, because I've never used anything on the Paxos network. I don't think I have. And then you got the EURC, which is the Euro corridor liquidity, cross-currency use. Weak side include lower retail use, early phase, and especially with the crazy regulations and laws the EU are introducing, I can't see the EURC actually getting traction outside of the European Union, or maybe within the European Union, because most of their guardrails are to prevent people within the EU from using this, or if they do, plenty of censorship or surveillance. Who wants that? I would rather use what they already surveil and I know what I'm getting into, instead of going to another platform or another technology where the surveillance could even be worse. And the chains that are going to benefit from this, like I've said Avalanche, best for scaling, developer friendly, EVM, low fee and it's an ideal settlement layer. Stellar, which is payments focused, Anchor ready for fiat rails, and you got the likes of Solana and Ethereum, where there's continuation of Visa's existing rails with high ecosystem presence but higher costs, especially when it comes to Ethereum. But Avalanche does have a gig advantage here. Avalanche stands out in Visa's architecture. Visa support opens up Avalanche to corporate and fintech partners via stablecoin settlement rails that drives usage, volume, and credibility. Avalanche's scalability and interoperability position it to absorb remittance volumes from developing markets and high-velocity commerce. Visa is essentially injecting real-world payment demand into Avalanche, turning settlement infrastructure into recurring volume sources. That is quite useful. Recurring volume. Any network that is after sustainability, that's what they need. My final thoughts on how the future of money is moving or is going to move. Well, look no further than Visa. Visa is no longer just a card network. It's a bridge from legacy finance into blockchain rails. By embracing PYUSD, USDG, and EURC, empowering settlement across Avalanche, Stellar, Ethereum, and Solana, Visa is building the plumbing for global settlement on chain. The future of everyday payments is moving from paper wallets to crypto ledgers, and fiat currency is already sounding like cash in an era where money moves at the speed of digital trust. Visa may survive the stablecoin revolution, but fiat, that old school ledger, might just be on its way to becoming a museum artifact. Any thoughts, guys? Let us know in the comment section. Until the next one, FD for SwitchFarm.tv signing out for now. Bye.